Okay, that should work now. Can you guys hear me? Okay, I can hear myself. Work now. Can you guys hear me? Okay, I can hear myself. Work now. Okay, perfect. Okay, yeah. So what I was saying before is for the layout of the stream, you can hear an echo of me. Okay, it's good. Oh, it might have been just the YouTube feedback when I was checking it. Okay, perfect. So for the feedback stream, pretty much layout's gonna be we'll listen through the whole track. If there's anything big that sticks out to me in that moment, I'll comment on that. But then at the end, I'll give you constructive feedback, objective, subjective, obviously. And if you have any questions and you're in chat while I go over your track, like feel free to ask me questions and we'll go through it. We have like 12 or 15 submissions, so I have some good time to go over everything and go through it all. So hope everyone's having a great day, and we'll get started here. So the first one is going to be by Wormser. I think that's how you pronounce it. It's going to be loud. The Homie Fest, hell yeah. Let me know how this sounds to you guys. Yeah, like volume-wise. Wormser? Okay, perfect. Sounds like noise. Yeah, I mean, it's supposed to sound like noise. The noise complaint. Okay, all right, let's get into it. So let's start out with Wormser first, and then after every submission, I'll copy everyone's SoundCloud link and post it in chat. And you can follow them and check them out.
911, how can I help you?
Hi, yes, I would like to make a complaint.
What type of complaint are you calling to make today?
Noise.
I'm sorry, what?
This is not the first time.
That is not an urgent situation.
This is a fat 808. Okay, so we're gonna keep going with it, but a couple things sticking out in this like noise section. I'm not the biggest fan of it personally, but in this section, there's like a lot of like low mud in it that I feel could make it sound a lot better if you like cleaned up like the 200 to 400 area, and maybe even around like the 150. Sounds like there might be like a resonant. But yeah, I think that would make it sound a little bit easier. And then maybe like if you have like a soothe or some type of dynamic EQ in like the 3 to 5K where those resonants are, just tame those a little bit. But yeah, that's all I got so far.
911, how can I help you?
Do you know if they can make this stop? Like, I don't want to have to keep calling like every week.
Did you make this vocal or did you sample this from somewhere?
That is not a life-threatening emergency.
Okay.
Okay, dope stuff. So I like the identity of the track, Noise Complaint. It works with the vocal you have and all that. Your first 8, I was literally about to comment about that, Jasmine. Like your call response section in you have a really good call and response in your A/B section. I think the second 8 bar where it's like da da na 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 da na da na it sounds good, and then I think you just repeat it here. Maybe you could slightly change it, maybe extend one of those notes, just something that's just like a variant of the first 8 bar of the first drop. As far as mix goes, The sub is like, it sounds blown out. But let me listen.
First call.
I think what you could do is even layer, like, have this blown out 808 sound, and then actually like low scope it out. What's going? Astromedate. I think what you could do is take this blown out sub though, and then like low cut it and actually put in like a clean sub bass, so it still sounds like a distorted 808, but you're getting a very clean sub hit. Anything below 100, you'll still have that blown out feel, but you won't have like multiple harmonics in your like your 120, 150s to where it's kind of sounding atonal. That's just something I would try and see. I also think either you could pull down your basses or push your drums a little harder. Like your kick come up a little bit, but I think your snare could come up a lot more, and your side chain on the snare is actually, yeah, your side chain's good. I'd just say you could push the drums a little bit harder, especially to match like the energy. Like either pull something down or push it up. If you want to go with the distorted route, just like push your drums, soft clip them. And I think it'll be just fine. Your high end's really good too. Your hats are fine. So I would just say, yeah, maybe try pushing your mid bass as well. Your actual synth that's laying on top. That kind of it's probably sitting in like the 1 to 3K. I would push that a little bit and maybe even try like glue compressing the 808-ish pattern with it if you take out the low end, so it's like they both have no low end. And you might get some really cool, like a glued tonal sound that sounds blown out with a really clean sub. That's probably what I would recommend, as far as like the drop mix go. And then subjectively, on top of that, I think in the breakdown,
911, how can I help you?
Do you know if they can?
I think you could have some type of pads or like a reverbed out lead, or you know how like trap usually does something in the breakdowns on top of it, because you have the drums and you just have the vocal and some background. But I think you could add like a little bit of tonality, and kind of tie in that with it. So add some type of synth, maybe even like a lead, a pluck or something, and a couple pads, and have them like reverbed out and pan them out, and really kind of leave the vocal in the middle, but just add some space and a little tonality to it. So really cool, interesting idea. And yeah, I mean, your waveform looks good, your dynamics are a little fuller in your breakdown, so great start. Any questions for me, Wormser, since I see you in chat already? Pull this up. I'll put those ideas to use. Awesome. All right, go check. Whoops, there we go. Hey, thank you for submitting, man. Appreciate it. Dropped him in chat if anyone wants to follow him. Oh, we got a collab here. All right. So, am I not following you, or is this one a different one? All right. So, Travis, what is good? All right. I don't know if I heard this one the other day, so we'll listen to this one through. I'm sure this is a thick boy. Films. Which channel? It will be, I think, Friday feedback stream. It's in the bottom of the chatting group for you. And this is the final master. Dude, this is crazy. Literally a fucking mosh pit. The jungle pit. I think so far, the drops, they don't sound too blown out, but your drums, even with a good sidechain, like the snare to me just isn't hitting. Like it's a good solid trap snare, but 808 in the sustain. I think one of the biggest thing, I'll finish this out before we go back and pick it through, but the 808's like super clean. Obviously it's taking up most of the mix, right? But like, yeah, maybe I just don't like the snare. Yeah, I just don't feel like the kick and the sub bass and the 808 sound good. First of all, fire track. I think, yeah, I honestly, I think you could do like not necessarily an 808 clap, but something between, and not like a long stadium clap, but something in between, just like an average clap. I think you could layer that on top of the snare and give it that actual like that crisp high end of the clap, because your snare is like so mid heavy, right? And it's just, but it doesn't really have any low end either, so you're not really getting anything. So I think it needs to add, like one way or another, since it's trap, I would add a little more like high end, like fresh air or something like that. And I think that would really brighten up that aspect of it. As far as non-drop, it sounds fire. The drums are amazing. I like the tempo. It really sets the stage. I really don't have much feedback on that. I will say one thing, and I don't think it's even the producing, but I think it's kind of hard to hear what he's saying at first. He's saying welcome, but it kind of sounds like the W slightly getting cut out. But once I started hearing jungle, 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 I was like, okay, that's welcome. But I think that's just maybe manipulation of the sample. Yeah, I mean, as far as the mix goes, like those two are kind of competing, but the fluttering is more stereo. I don't know. Subjectively, I think you can maybe mesh the main dun, 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 maybe just in the high end, just dynamic EQ a little bit of the sharpness out of it, and not too much. And I would probably even set it to like its sidechain to the whatever the other sustain is that comes in that's all crazy here, like this thing. And also sounds like that one may be like clipping a tad bit. I don't know if that's maybe in the sound design, but I don't see a problem with it. It just, if you're trying for like a really clean look, maybe check out that one. But I think it sounds fine. Another subjective idea I might have here is that instead of just coming straight in with the dun, 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 we're just coming. Maybe it's like filtering in. Okay, I like this. Thank you, Jasmine. Maybe you could filter it in, maybe like either like high pass or low pass. And when the sub comes in, it's fully layered or fully there. So it's kind of like anticipation and sweeping rather than just this dun, 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 dun. Or maybe it's like pitch bending. Bum, 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 bum. I know I'm not the best voice recreator, but like just adding a little bit of movement there, I think would just really highlight it. Like, this is a really good track. I'm even download this right now and send me the final because this shit's fire. But yeah, I think that's really all I got. I mean, it's a really solid made track, dude. Like, you've been killing it. I see you in feedback streams. You're just slaying it. So any other questions in particular I might not have answered for you? It's in the Discord channel, Jasmine. I'm sure he won't mind you grabbing it at all. Oh, you're playing a fest this weekend? Congrats, by the way. I don't know why. I didn't know that. I got you now. Took notes. Okay, but and if anything didn't come off clear, feel free to ask me. Like, I always got you. Firetrack, let me drop your SoundCloud. For anyone that doesn't know, he makes fire music consistently. Check him out. Where you drop tracks like multiple times a month too, I feel like. 5 hours ago. See, I'm not lying. Good stuff, man. All right, next we got Spidey, aka Recluse. This is his Morph License Kill remix 140. Is it major or minor though? You're leaving us on a cliffhanger. Let's check it out.
Recluse.
Okay, hold up. I don't mean to kill the flow. This first hit, honestly, did anyone ever play Gears of War, like the original? It's like da-na-na-na-na. Anyways, that really hit. I don't know. I don't think it's the same notes, but the atmosphere and everything kind of gave me like a little flashback to the game, like I was in the loading screen or something. That's a compliment, by the way.
Kill. Don't kill me. Spider.
Okay, real quick, before I lose my train of thought. First of all, for you guys don't know, me and Recluse are pretty good friends. And I just want to say, like, through like probably like the last year of you making your music, I feel like you've really found like your groove and niche and like this hybrid dubstep trap stuff. And it's fire. It's unique. I love it. I love how you're doing like this crazy resampling with the synths and stuff. It's very unique. Real quick though, let's listen to the second drop. Actually, I want to see if it's in there. Oh, is this speeding up?
Kill. Don't kill the spider.
Fire, dude. Okay, let's run through it. Let's see here. I don't really have anything with the intro. Maybe you could add something in the first 10 seconds. I don't know though, because like this is more of like a beat style trap, so maybe not minimalistic. I like everything else though. The ambience is great, all that's great.
Kill. Giant kill. Spider.
Did you change that?
Spider.
Maybe not, maybe not. Okay, so your drum, it was fire. Oh, I mean, that's fine. I mean, I like the ambience and all that. I was just trying to think of maybe anything else you'd add, but no, I think intro is really fine. I think drop wise, your kick is substantially louder than your synths. Like obviously, we could tell roughly from SoundCloud from the dynamics, but like your kick is clipping. Um, I think you could bring up. It sounds your clap sounds good in the first 4 bars, but I noticed in the second 4 that it just sounded. Like it just sounds pushed back there. So I think you could, I don't know, level your clap thing a little higher and maybe bring your kick down a little bit. And I think you could. It says, yeah, and I think you could push your synth group a little bit harder, a little bit like I'm sure you're soft clipping, clap thing on the 3 thing, that type of beat. But yeah, I would push your synths a little harder too because you have some room. Sounds like your subs hitting or your kicks hitting really hard. I think you have room to bring up your sub. Maybe check it. It sounds really clean though. At least in the mixer. Yeah, I think you could. Sub is loud. Okay, then it's really clean though. Like the low frequency in it. I don't hear like a lot of mids coming. So I would just maybe try to see bringing down your kick and then bring up your clap and then maybe just saturate your whole bass group a little bit or like with a soft clipper. I think that's fine. Another thing, let me listen. Yeah, this part sounds a little bit quieter. I'm not sure why the kind of atonal basses. But you can bring those up. I like this.
Giant kill the spider.
I think everything's good. I think the original call here, the first 4 bum, ba-dum, bum, ba-dum. It seems like a very stuttered way to start a drop. This is subjective, obviously, but I don't know. I don't feel like this is the best groove. I like. Obviously, I like the quarter notes. That's great.
Giant kill the spider.
Yeah, everything else sounds great. I like the last 12 bars of it. It's just that beginning, maybe like a bump, bump, bada, bump, 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 bada, bump. It just feels very like cut, which if you like it, more power to you. But that's just my subjective sense. But yeah, man, this is fire. I really like how you're getting these tons of layered synths. You have a sustain, you have like your plucky, robotic sounding thing, and then you have your basses. Like it's all fire. So, good stuff. And everyone, make sure to go check out Spidey, aka Recluse. And thank you for submitting, man. And you guys can also check out his Be the Y thing where he's I don't know if he's still raising. Are you still raising funds for the drinks? To like protect your drinks for your shows and stuff? This song is out as a clip remix. Yeah, which I can also. Always. Okay, cool. Yeah. So you guys can check that out as well from him if you want. Or get more info and contact him. Alrighty. Good shit, Spidey. Alright, we got Hades, which I don't know, I'm not followed. Is Hades in the chat? I haven't seen him yet. Those that don't know, he is a San Diego-based dubstep producer. He's been sending me a lot of fire lately, so I haven't heard this one, but I'm excited for it. Okay, we're gonna start anyways.
Tell me you feel it. Are you cold with chills? Does it sting the back of your neck? Don't you conceal it? Swallow me like pills till you see me in red. The things that I would do for you, just to have your love forever, forever. I swear I would die if you lived my life. They can call me crazy, but you tell me you would too. I'd bleed blood for you. Swear I would die. They can call me crazy. Swear I would die. I'd bleed blood for you.
Finish him.
I'd bleed blood for you. I'd bleed blood for you.
Okay, that Vodnik, I got you. I got you. First of all, this intro is fire. The whole change, the chord change here with the brass, and then into the breakdown. I really like this. Really not much feedback here besides the build up. The vocal thins out because you do this reverb thing. So like, I would just, if you're gonna lower your vocal, maybe just dynamically EQ around your synths part to make it still feel a little bit relevant because it's still the main driving force of the track. So we still want to drive home whatever she's saying, because it doesn't sound like we have any basses coming in. It's just risers and other stuff and drums. So still have that be the main driving force of the track.
For you.
Finish him.
I think this is, as far as the arrangement goes, I think this is fine in the first section till the turnaround. I think what you should do though is add, I don't think he's in chat, so add a blown out layer. For the high end. So for those that don't know, before I type this all out, to get like that really crunchy high end, what you can do is overly distort or saturate the same bass, or another one if you want to tonally add to it. But and then what you can do is high pass it, get that crisp, and then mix it in with your main basses, and it gets like that modern day over distorted, like on top of like assuming you have that high end in your sub already from if you're an Ableton user, like if you're using like Erosion and you're blowing out your sub with high end, or if any like my sub vocal rack, right? but you can add that on top of it and you get like this really crunchy high end. And I've heard reason why I say that is I've heard his other tracks and they have that, and this one just doesn't match that. And I think it'll carry a lot, especially like for modern day dubstep. This also feels very thin. I think we need some more back elements, more layers on that main bass. That sustain sounds really good in full. But the chugs, I want a little more layering. And on the turnaround, I would get rid of the chugs. They don't need to continue. Let it break. Let us come back to the song. Yeah, but overall really good. I think you could add another layer to your rides as well and pan it to the other side and just have a little more movement there. But overall, I mean it's pretty solid ID so far. So appreciate you submitting, Hades. If you guys don't know him, he makes a lot of stompy dubstep. So if you like that stuff, make sure to give him a follow. What's up? Alrighty. Next we have Stay Hidden, which I don't even know if he's in stream right now. Sam, he is a Australian-based producer, producing the length of the second drop, 16 from 32. Okay. Strawberry Milk, anything. Honestly, Nesquik Strawberry Milk hits. Okay, so far, feedback would be, as far as the intro goes, it feels really long. I know it's supposed to like evolve over time, but we're at pretty much like a minute 5, 7 till we hit the drop, and it's just kind of like the repeating piano, which is really nice, but it feels drawn out. And if that's what you want, that's perfectly fine. but I feel like you're gonna lose a lot of audience if you don't add in some type of vocal. Maybe there's something gonna be on top of it, but something to really drive the force of it and to keep it going. As far as the drop goes, the main bass, really cool. The sound design is really cool, but it is loud. Your mids are very loud, especially on that main one. It stands out. Like that's extremely loud compared to everything else. Sounds really cool, but maybe turn it down, do a little dynamic EQ or compression, contain it a little more because it seems like it evolves in loudness as it moves, but it sounds really cool. 32 bars, I don't know. For me, I don't know. I kind of like the idea of just keeping it at 16 because it didn't feel like it changed enough to keep my interest through the whole time. Personally, like it didn't feel like it changed that much. It felt like even in this situation, we could put like an 8-bar build and then go back into a drop or something. But for me, 32 just didn't hit. Nothing wrong with this section, but it feels very elongated. By the time we're done with one drop, we're to the point where people are almost done with their full tracks, right? So just trying to keep up tempo and all that. I have no idea what he sampled. You don't know. Australians got those weird animals. Diamond Step, what's up? Recluse, I bet you won't land without autopilot. Bet you won't. Okay. Diamond Step, you can submit in the Discord. I don't know if you've submitted there, but I'm just kind of going on first come first serve or what's kind of the layout right now. But you submit, I'll definitely get to it. Arsenics, what's good? How are you doing tonight? Yeah, all right, back. Felt like I listened to an actual like classical composed piece that turned dubstep, which is really cool. Yeah, so I would just say shorten the drops, 16 bars, and subjectively, I think you could play with the synths and make it into like a different pattern in the drop itself instead of just following what you were doing the whole time. Let it kind of be its own identity. But layering on top works too. One thing that I would like to see is the kick speeding up in the second build, where it kind of seems like it's going to speed up and then it just doesn't happen. Like before that, you know, I would obviously like some double time to kind of see like we're evolving, we're pushing before this really cool breakdown transition. I also like the perk. It's kind of like that snap perk. It sounds really good. I heard it in the first drop too. I really enjoyed it as well. But yeah, just really just leveling out the mids and shortening drops. I think will do a lot for it. And maybe if you can add something or take away something in the or not add either like add a vocal or shorten this intro time, I think it will help with the playability of the track and the listener retention overall. But good stuff. Stay hidden. Australian based music producer. I'm gonna follow everyone. He produced a lot of stuff. If you didn't know, he was actually on my Bringing Bro Step Back remix EP that I did a little while ago. So really cool stuff. Next, we got up Vodnik, Cincinnati-based sad boy music producer. We love to see it. Early Whip, Chicago freestyle remix. Only give on verse. What? I'm sure what this says. All right, I don't know what Chicago freestyle is, but I'm down to clown. Let's get it. Oh, I definitely know this. Never mind, hold on. Wait, you used AI to generate this acapella? I'm just reading this. That's awesome. Oh, which AI did you use? Let the people know your secrets. Okay, hold up. A couple things I want to touch on. All right. I'll say you gatekeep. We're gonna let Twitter do its thing on you. No, I'm just kidding. So with the string sections coming here till you get to the next like 8 bars, I think it should be like a subtle like Picasso to like forte, and like it's slowly getting louder. And I would also take the attack down on the strings, so like they're lightly pulling, but also just slowly getting louder. And then when you hit the next part, that's when you're starting to add like the more attack, where you're having the faster draw, but not staccato, just like a little heavier pull, if that makes sense. I think that's gonna help really like the flow and the energy of this. I like this section, it's phenomenal. You could definitely bring up your kick. For me, and this is subjective in this part, is like whenever those growls come in, or maybe right before your turnaround when you're doing those fills, Diamond Step, awesome. I'll get it loaded up. I would do like pull away your other sounds. Just let your drop breathe a little bit, even if it's only like once in the drop. Might change first drop. Okay, perfect. I would just say like the ARPs sound good. As far as like the flow of it, but it just somewhere in this drop, I feel like we just need like just a breath to catch our air, or just a second to catch our breath, not a breath to catch our air, but just adding the growl in there, or just pulling out the sounds for just maybe even a half a bar hit can really emphasize that. You might be even pulling your ARPs a little bit. Your saws are super wide, which is perfect as well. So it's a great overall, like where they're sitting. It's really great. And once the mix down hits, it's gonna sound like phenomenal. I know it's an early whip, so I'm not gonna like go too deep in on like the mix and all that stuff. Heck yeah. Dude. Fire. Okay, a little bit of feedback here. I think this is fine because I know the vocals you're gonna do is gonna do all that. I like the break, the orchestral, phenomenal. I feel like you could have claps in this build, like just quarter note, really kind of bringing that high energy here. Like I hear them in the back, but I think they could be a little bit more up front, and maybe even like not a full stadium clap, but somewhere in between, like some a little more tail and body to it. Should snare be trap snare and the drop? No, I like the snare. You're talking about your drop snare, right? I don't think that's the right snare, like that actual snare sample you're using, but I think that's like that boxy snare style is perfect for this. Like it'll sound great for this drop. I think during this part too, I think you could bring the vocal back in 2:30 in the night, you know, really bring it back in and kind of drive home this last stretch. And that's great as is, man. I think it's a really cool creative take on this as well. I can't wait to see what you do when you get it back from your vocalist. Yeah, man. I think that's all I really have on this. I think your drums are good stylistic in the mix. You're still working on it, so reminds me of Krill. Honestly, a little bit. What was the one time they did a long time ago? I can't even think of it. But it kind of does have a vibe to it in a good way. Yeah, old school. Yeah, like probably like 2017. gonna turn into a cover. I think you'll kill it. Any other questions you have for me before I move on? Go give him a follow, everyone. He makes fire music. Let me go to. Okay, who do I have in? Okay, so we have Vilfilm. Diamond Step. What is your producer name, or what's Pulse? What is your actual producer name? Diamond Step. I'm looking in Discord right now. What's going on, Bypass? We're doing a Feedback Friday, so if you have a song you want to submit, feel free to submit it in the Discord. It's Diamond Step? Okay, hold up. Oh, okay. Okay. You put in self promo, said the Friday. So that's 7:49. Let me see when these came in. 17. Okay, so yours would be okay. And okay, we got it. All right. Solemn. Bitchcraft Whip. Interesting. Sarah, you got it. How do you pronounce? Is it solemn? Like solemnly swear or something? Is that how you pronounce it? Am I pronouncing it wrong? Yeah, I could drop one. Oh, Salem. Oh, duh. I could do that as well. I could drop a whip, and at the end or something. Oh, it's rhythm hours, baby. How long you been producing for, Sarah, if you don't mind me asking? Okay. On and off 2 years, but started seriously like 6. Okay, perfect. Okay. I was gonna say this isn't too bad. As far as intro goes, it sounds good. None of your stuff's clipping, so solid. Objectively, I don't think you really need to bring in a snare till your 4-bar here. They don't need that. And then I would have like and just have it slowly come in after the 4-bar until we get to the drop. This is cool. I like how the bass leads in. You also do really good with your space here. You have actual moments that pull away like all the noise and all the energy, which is really good to give and take with like your turnarounds and all that stuff. I would so with your drums, I don't know how you have them routed or how you're mastering this at all, but I can obviously tell like this is quieter, this looks louder, where the dynamics look, you know, it looks like somewhat of a mix and master, which is good. But why I ask is I think you could get push your drums and especially change your snare sample. Sounds like a lot of noise. Like I think you could get like a different like trap snare or something, maybe like a snare clap layered. And I have no idea what I'm doing when it comes to mastering. No one does. It's provocative, honestly. Nah. It's just honestly, the mastering really doesn't matter. It's more of like the mixing process, right? Because mastering is just turning everything up loosely. So I would if you're gonna keep your kick as like that thud 808 style, it sounds fine. And then how you're side chaining, I would maybe accentuate the side chain on the kick a little bit. And then with your snare, I would probably change it out. I personally don't like it. And then just push them pretty loud. I don't know how you like to do in your DAW, but don't be afraid to like push it in the red and then just soft clip it. If you're in Ableton, you can just use like a saturator, digital clip, and then just hit soft clip on, and you can have them quite loud. This can lead to like really smacking drums, which I'll pull up a reference real quick so I can kind of explain it to you, or even just show like even like slow motion, right? The drums. Hopefully this isn't too loud.
It's all
So what? So it's like a kick clap snare on that, but like they're very thuddy. And all it is just pushing them a little bit louder and just clipping them personally. So what's kind of snare should you use? Honestly, like whatever you're using kind of now, do you have Splice? You can find so many great samples on Splice. Like if I just go to like splice.com and say we want to like, I don't know, rhythm clap or something. I think that's probably a thing. Like you can layer, it's not really that. What's it? Spicy rhythm drums or rhythm. I don't know how to look for packs. I'm so bad with this stuff. Drums. So you can get like really quality stuff here and just go through it, and you can layer a couple claps together, maybe one that has a longer tail. One that I really like using, I don't think it will work for your style, but that's definitely not it. That was chime. Maybe it's ace or a clap. Wait, it should it be in my sounds? Chime. Someone teach me how to navigate this thing. I thought it was a chime clap. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. But like you could add the tail of this to like your normal clap or snare and then just kind of make it one. Glue compress it together, make the attack a little bit longer because you want to preserve the transient and make your release like shorter. So it literally just preserves the transient and then you can like make your own. I get like fire. Yeah. I mean I use Splay not that often, but it's so good whenever you're designing stuff. But a little bit off side, but you can make a different clap or just find a clap in a pack, honestly. There's so many good ones. And just you really don't have to do much to them. Just put it in there, soft clip it, you're good to go. I think with and maybe rhythm you don't do as much, but I think going in the second drop, like you definitely want to have like different variations of your basses. So if it's ba 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 ba, you maybe add some like pitch bend or ba 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 ba, like change the flow up a little bit, and that just keeps it unique. Or what's really common too is take that sound or that rhythm and just change the sound, and you could have the same exact rhythm and really get away with it using a different sound. So like you change up the flow there, which is great. And then the sustain on top. I would with your sustain, it sounds very atonal. You could probably push up your sustain a little bit, but I would also make it a slightly more tonal overall. And if it's your own patches you're using, it's just going to be fiddling with it till you get like a more tonal response. One thing I do as well with my sustains is you'll always notice they have like some root note, and it's usually not low. So you can low pass it quite far, maybe like 5 to 1K, 500 to 1K, somewhere in there where that root note sits. You don't need any of that low end fuzz, and that helps clean up the mix as well. And depending on your sustain, like the high end can get pretty harsh because usually you're FMing it or syncing it pretty hard. So just watch like your 10K area where your hats are usually. I don't see the high end bleeding too much here, but that's just something to be aware of. So even this part, maybe going into this section, you pitch it down. So now it's and it's lower than where it initially was. And just pitching it can help keep it fresh. But the flow's fun, which I like. This is good too. Yeah, the ending there is really strong as well. But I think just few minor tweaks there, and then you have like a really good layout for your track, and then you can go into more details of like mixing and mastering, and I can always help that as well. If you like send that to me with like a DL link, I can definitely go into your mix and like help tell you what can be fixed a little bit better and try to explain that. So I hope that helps. Did I answer all your questions on it? Awesome. If there is anything I didn't answer, like just hit me up. And everyone, go give Salem a follow on SoundCloud. All right. Promenade featuring DLH. Ultra Noche Mas. Okay. Did I pronounce that right? I think I did. Hey, you're in chat. What's good?
De las calles de Tijuana, LH con el compastro. Danes pa'l relax, señorito pa' quemar, empezando y atizando.
I have no idea what it's saying, but the flow is great so far.
La fiesta no se acaba si mi compas no se jala toda la escena, se la pelan. Me la paso relax, una morrita para estrampar botellas que no falten que voy a rolar. Las noches amargas no pueden faltar, es que ando bien contento. La base fluyendo, todos bien atentos para el movimiento.
Jasmine, you can be my translator. Yo sigo al frente, me la paso relax, una morrita
camisa para estampar botellas que no falten que voy a rolar. Las noches amargas no pueden faltar, es que ando bien contento. La vas influyendo, todos bien atentos.
Dude, what? This is fire. This is really cool. Only one slight thing so far. In the build, the kick at first. Maybe just turn down it like a dB or two overall, because I think it's the same loudness as your drop. Did you record the guitar? Wait, you recorded all the you recorded all these instruments? Because these are really good.
Me siento en trance, ya no hay quien me alcance. Las babies se alteran, solitas se alocan, solitas cooperan. Soy la nueva era.
Hey, have a good night. Thank you for stopping in.
Ya apenas empieza, la llanta quemando, prometa va entrando, me siento en trance, ya no hay quien me alcance. Las babies se alteran, solitas se alocan, solitas cooperan. Soy la nueva era, ya apenas empieza.
Dude, that was phenomenal. Songwriting and everything. Okay, so Ultra Noche Mas, is that one more night? I don't know. I haven't took Spanish in a long time. A little bit of feedback here. I feel this back bass here, since it's such a zappy hit, it's very transital bass that's in the front. You can definitely bring up your supporting tonal chug in the back there. You could definitely bring it up, yeah, because we come back to here and this thing gets much louder. Also, that main bass, you might just want to turn down just a tad bit. That secondary zappy bass that's up front during this part, I think it's slightly too loud, personally. Yeah, honestly, that's really the only feedback I have. The songwriting is great. The mix is great. Yeah, you did really well with this, and it's original. I haven't really heard anything like this at all. So that's awesome, dude. Everyone, go give him a follow, and definitely gonna be checking out more of your stuff because this is fire, and I appreciate you submitting. Before I move on, anything that I may not have covered that you were looking for as far as feedback goes? Ah, thanks for submitting, man. I appreciate it. Alrighty. Isn't that from Dab Records? Was he featured? I have no idea. Maybe. Is this thing? Hello? Dab Records. Oh, there it is. Alright, we got Midnight Vesper, first whip. First whip ever, or just first whip of the night, or... That makes sense, that makes sense. Oh, dope. That's a fun vibe. For this section, I think honestly it could just be louder. Your drums need to be much louder. The kick and snare can come up quite a bit. The growls and all that stuff, definitely bring those up. You could also bring up your sub as well. Yeah, it's old school for sure. To me, it sounds like, you know, like the main character's like going through a journey right now. Like I get that type of vibe, like in a video game. It's really cool. But yeah, just bring some stuff up in the meantime. Yeah, I got you, Jasmine. I would add something in this section, claps or something to keep it going. I also think you could bring up the lead there. I don't know, like bring it up an octave during this section. Cool stuff. Yeah, honestly, and I think you could have a nice drum fill before these drop too, like a big like classic like tom doo, 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 you know, something like that would really add some good space here. But I mean, as far as like the idea goes, it's a very solid idea. I think you just be louder and just mix a little bit better, make those drums slap, bring up that sub bass a little bit. And yeah, everything else is good. I think vocals would sit really good on this track as well. I don't know if you're thinking about getting vocals on it, but I think it would do really well. And really tie everything together. So yeah, I mean, great track, dude. Appreciate you sending. Do you have any questions for me before I move on for you? Because I think you're in chat still. Yeah, still searching for a singer. Yeah, that could be tough to find. Fiverr. Yeah, Fiverr. Honestly, you can sometimes find people on like TikTok and Instagram. I know my homie Swole Sauce finds like all of his vocalists on there, and you can usually get really good deals with them because they're still upcoming like you, so you don't have to pay like a ton of overhead on them as well. Yeah, sound better as well. Yeah, I try to stay away from pricey vocals nowadays, but you could do that as well. But yeah, man, keep working on it. Definitely send me updates as well, because I would love to hear the final product as well. Everyone, go follow Midnight Vesper. Alrighty, so next we have 7 Lines Someday remix, and this is by Andrew. So let's get it, and he's here. There's a problem. All right, we're gonna download it.
So sure.
Can you guys hear that? Oh, copyright. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
That we were cursed. Yesterday we were trapped in disbelief. So blind to what we had, even in our hands, moments went unseen. I know the heavy clouds are pouring, but maybe there's a part beyond the shroud worth knowing. Hey, I don't wanna slip away. Tell me that you feel the same. 'Cause what if letting go turns to a big mistake? Someday you might miss tonight. Someday you might miss the light. So take your time to memorize. Someday you'll realize. So take your time to memorize.
Your vocals getting a little drowned out in this section.
Someday I can't miss tonight. Someday you might miss tonight.
I think I would take out the riser when its vocal comes in.
Someday you might
Kind of let him have that moment to boom, and it's like a transition right before the drums hit. I think it would sound nice.
miss tonight. Someday you might miss the lights. So take your time to memorize. Someday someday
That was fire, dude. Honestly, I only have a few things to really go about this. I would honestly probably take out this 8 bars of that snare drum hitting because you've had that kick and snare leading so long. Like, give us a second of a breakdown, like an actual breakdown of like no momentum. And I think that's perfect because it's just be like the synths and it'll just be his voice right before you come back into the build. And I think it will really make it more impactful going back into the build, personally. Other than that, there's a little bit of clipping here. Just in that higher note section, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just the upper harmonic clashing with your mids. Oops, I'm gonna go. Yeah, man, this is really good. This is really good. I love the vibe. I think that all those, as far as mix goes, like those little subtle changes will impact it a lot personally. But I really don't have too much on it besides that. Good stuff, man. Keep it up. You produce nonstop, I feel like, so keep killing it. Link drop or actually here, I can grab it real quick. Let me grab his SoundCloud for you guys real quick. Oh, SoundCloud, can I log in? There it is. And bam. There you go. Everyone go give it a follow. I believe that's the right one. Yeah. Perfect. And go check it out. He makes a ton of melodic music. Been killing it. Alright, Jasmine is up. Sure, this is gonna be a stomper. Inhumane VIP. Hey yo!
The virus is prettier, changing from liquid to airborne to blood transmission. Depending on its environment, it's almost impossible to cure. I got it now to escape from the hive, so I took steps. I can't eradicate me.
Oh, it's that mid tempo. Yeah.
Die down here.
Cool. I like it. I don't listen to much mid tempo, so it's always a vibe hearing it. Honestly,
You're all going to die down here.
I think the sustained mid bass could be grittier though. I think you could layer it or distort it or add something that adds like the grit edge to it. Now really bring it over the top. Because your plucks are so clean that like the distortion, in my opinion, like would just really, I don't know, it would add a little bit of dubstep grit to it, and I think it's solid on it. I think you could also maybe bring in maybe a vocal sample here. Oh, down here, and you're back into it. And yeah, I think I don't know if you're planning on adding a sustain in this part, but if you do, I think like change it up, lower it, higher it, something tonality wise, just change it from the first 8 bars. But I think other than that, it's fire. I like it a lot. It's simplistic, but the pattern's really good and the sounds are really clean. So I think you did a really good job. The cinematic drums are really good. Yeah, I think it's really good. No problem. Thank you for submitting. Everyone go follow her. She's extremely talented at anything art. She makes all of her own visuals and all that stuff. So if you ever need commission work as well, she's very talented in that department. I mean, this is all her own stuff she makes. So very, very talented. And she actually created my logo from a while ago when we were doing this. So, and and she made this art too, actually, slow motion. So she's very talented. Go check her out. Angla Nutcracker VIP version 2. Ooh, this looks like it's gonna get loud. No problem at all, Jasmine. Vilm, is this you? Oh yeah, okay. Are you planning on getting vocals on this? Oh my god. That sustain is so cool. That's so bubbly. It's fire, dude. You can definitely bring up your your intros and all that, like see how much room there is compared to your drop. It doesn't have to be smashed like it, but definitely somewhere in comparable realm as far as mastering goes. Dude, this is fire. The drops are fire. This is like a minimalistic rhythm style, but you executed it really well. Each phrasing has its own identity within. Like it feels like you're going to a new chapter, and the sustains you made are absolutely fire. As far as mixing and mastering goes, you could definitely bring up your non-drop stuff. So it's like comparable. It doesn't need to be slammed by any means. And let's see if I can compare. Like honestly, am I still? If we just look here at like this mastering, like the drops are a little bit higher, but they're still comparable. You can see a little bit of breaks. For dubstep, like obviously you can see like peak tier. This one's a little lower dynamics, but you can definitely bring it up. Like don't be afraid to have it hitting 0 in your intro where the headroom is, and you'll be fine. But as long as your luffs, like you can be hitting 0, just don't have your kick, I would say, as loud as your drop, or any of the luffs comparable. Make your luffs a few difference apart overall. I think I made it like -10-ish dB from drop. Yeah, trench. Yeah, I don't know how loud your track is pushing, but you could definitely push this track to like -3 luffs in the drop easily. Do you hold these every Friday? I do not. No, that's just a kind of a one-off. I just wanted to do this, get feedback for the weekend. But no, this is fire, dude. I think you executed it really well. Let me drop this. Angela. Yeah, that's right. Go give him a follow. Go check him out. Cool stuff, dude. Tripulse. Thanks. And logo made by me also. See, man, see, you're talented. Everyone's so talented. I appreciate people that do like their music and their art, because that's crazy. I can barely do the music part, so shout out y'all. It looks very clean.
Know that they fly, know that they ride or die. I keep boys by my side. CJ Ike, never gotta roll with ice. Cold, these brothers my guys. Know that they fly, know that they ride or die. I keep boys by my side. CJ Ike, never gotta roll with ice.
Be careful here with the vocals, since your brass and stuff is so loud. You might want to just like sidechain your brass to the vocal somewhat, or dynamically EQ where the vocal's sitting slightly so it doesn't have to compete as hard, especially when these drums come in as well. It's another layer. So far, all enough.
Roll it up. All these brothers my guys, know that they fly, know that they ride or die. I keep boys by my side, CJ Ike, now I gotta roll with ice. All these brothers my guys, know that they fly, know that they ride or die. I keep boys by my side, CJ Ike, now I gotta roll with ice. Roll it up.
I then for real. Jesus. Yo. So this part here, especially, I don't know if you guys all were tuned in during the Hades thing when I was like, it needs more of that high and crisp. This is kind of what I'm talking about, like this distortion amount. Also, your 808, or not your 808, your sub is fat, and it sounds really good. Man, yeah, this can be. Besides, honestly, the vocals that I was talking about and taming that, with the dynamic EQ, I really don't have too much. I really like this 808 slide you did here. That's really good. Good switch up, well executed. As far as mastering goes, I can't really tell, but you have a little break in here, so it's hard to tell, but make sure that your loudness in the build here.
Roll it up.
Yeah, I would just maybe bring down your build volume a little bit before your like final compressors and all that stuff, like at the beginning of your mastering chain, just a little bit, because it is comparable in volume with your drop. And I think if you bring that down just a little bit in both instances, it's gonna make your drop even sound fatter. And it's already such a fat drop. Like it's really well executed. Yeah, I think this is fire. Other than that, one other thing that's completely subjective is I think you could have a more hype pre-drop vocal, and this is totally me. But the roll it up, I don't know. It's like you have this whole kind of flow with this.
CJ Ike, now I gotta roll with ice. Call these brothers my guys, know that they roll it up.
See, I feel like rolling. I don't know. I feel like you could have that vocal or something, like keep that flow going instead of kind of like this roll it up or something. Completely subjective, like I said. Everything else is absolute fire. Yeah, send this to me as well whenever it's when you fix the vocal part. Like, definitely send this to me. It's absolutely fire. I'll have to check out more of your stuff too. I definitely experiment. Try Pulse. Damn. Fire track, dude. Really well executed. Mix master, it's awesome. If you did that yourself, killing it. Ligma. Oh, lag. How do you pronounce this? Lagma? Sagima? I don't know. I'm terrible at pronouncing stuff, by the way. Yeah, it would be the absolute sick in a set. I would definitely drop that. But I think this guy peaced out, but we'll still go over it. I just want to say I'm glad there's so many different varieties of styles tonight, and it hasn't just been like straight like dubstep the whole night. It's been very fun to listen to, and it's different than my usual stuff. So I'm definitely vibing to this.
Deep inside of my heart, where I'm drowning, and I lost, I will never stop starting. Pretend that the future is bright for and you know. If I could take the throne, I'd break your chains tonight. Your rule is over, left a young king die.
That was a vibe and a half. I loved it. So I don't make too much house. But my feedback would be two things. Add some sort of break or make this or change the phrasing here to make this a build to this part. And I know in like house you add in your clap and the second 8-bar and your hats and stuff, so high end can be lacking. So maybe subjective, but there isn't a lot of like high end here, and I don't listen to a ton of house, but maybe that's supposed to happen. If it's supposed to be like that, then it's fine. Otherwise, maybe adding a little more shine on like your synths and stuff.
And I will take you deep inside.
Or is this the breakdown? Wait,
I'd break your chains.
is this supposed to be the break?
Inside of my die.
Maybe this is the break. No, wait, it's supposed to be the drop. I don't know. If this is the break section, then this makes perfect sense phrasing wise. Regardless, take away a little bit of energy before you go into the full drop. Here too, then I see. Okay, yeah. But other than that, man, I like everything. The vocals are a vibe. The synths are a vibe. It's written really well. Maybe just bring in your intro a little bit quieter since it's pretty loud. Yeah, maybe just turn that down a little bit. But otherwise, very, very solid track, honestly. I'd love to hear more of your bass house stuff as well. Alrighty, Diamond Step. And yes, yeah, by the way, yeah, I am playing a show in Denver. I think it's May 6th. Whatever that Friday is. May 5th, you were right. I am wrong. You know my show dates better than me. So May 5th, I will be in Denver with Ridley Slim. I'm going to have a special guest as well. They'll make a slight appearance for a collab. And yeah, it's going to be great. It's going to be at your mom's house. And then the following week, it'll be the 12th. Well, right? No, the 13th. I wish I could get my name. 13th, I will be playing in Madison, Wisconsin. And I'll be playing that show with Spooky Bro, Raveyard. We're doing a back-to-back, or not a back-to-back, a co-headline show. It's going to be a great show. So if you're in Wisconsin as well, bye. Hell yeah. I would love to meet y'all in person too. Ridley's the homie. Dude, Chris is awesome. Me and him, I have become really good friends over like the last year and a half. So I'm sure we'll have more collabs we'll be showcasing rather than just slow motion at that show as well. Diamond Step. All right, let's get it. Yo, fucking fire. What a switch up so far.
Since I did grime, big 25, I ain't wasting time. Ain't tryna die, ain't tryna do time. Hack to your business, I will do right. Think I need a babe, I'll be fine. Can't blame me if I put it 9. Back then, used to be the guy. My YG, yo, box on the drive.
Low comp with this bitch in my DMs tryna fuck me. Anytime I'm reaching for the bag, bitch, I'm fumbling. Ask me how I feel, I told her a whole lot of nothing. She got mad and beat my ass, I guess I got lucky. Didn't hit her back, the end, my bitches on my fuck shit. Walking down the stone, the door, I tell my bitch, fuck this. Ask me if I still have feelings, I tell her, butt kiss. If you think I care, you better realize I don't want this.
funk means fucking tear out, dude. That's awesome. Okay, for a little bit of feedback. I feel like your drop is slightly over compressed because your drums feel like they don't really have much transient to them, and I really just want to get smacked by that drum. It's tear out, right? So like I want them really punching. Maybe I don't know how you're mastering it, or if you're using a limiter, but get rid of your limiter and use a soft clipper if you are, and then push your drums, or maybe don't over compress them as hard. And thicken your side chain some as well, which I think will add a lot of just perceived loudness to the drums as well when they just have a little bit more breathing room there. As far as the arrangement goes, it sounds fire. Yeah, and I think you could. The kind of really short staccato-y note could use a little bit more, I think prevalence, and it's already up front in the mix, so maybe just like a tad bit more body to it. And that could be maybe in the higher mids is where it could be added, and then there had to be a little compensation on your support layers to allow a little more space there, but I think it sounds really good otherwise. Another thing is with these OG vocals, there's a little bit of clipping in them, which is not a big deal if you re-record it, but it also sounds like it sounds like you're very close to your mic when you're recording as well. The reason why I say this because I actually had a vocalist I worked with like last year, maybe 2 years at this point, where it felt like no matter what we were trying to do to get the vocals, we couldn't get the sit right, and that's because she recorded way too close. Like the B's and P's, even with a pop filter, just didn't come off right. So it was delivery wise. So you can get a little more space. I don't even know if you recorded these, by the way, whoever did. I'm just someone said OG vocals, so I wasn't sure if I missed something in chat, but I have a little more space and just make sure there's room at the top, and don't have them clip. But some of the sub parts was clipping in this demo. I went in and fixed it. Are these your vocals? Still, I feel inside to her butt kiss. If you think I care, you better realize I don't want this. Because yeah, I would. No. Oh, okay. Never mind. Then. I don't know why I'm telling you to record that. Then. Yeah. I mean the subs are sorted and all that stuff, and your kick and stuff. That's fine. It's for tour. He recorded them for you, or from? Oh, it's from Tori. Okay. Yeah. So I don't know if you can get a contact with him, but maybe he can re-record slightly different, or maybe it's the way it's mixed. I'm not sure. It just sounds like it's slightly clipping, and he recorded the syllables are really close to the mic, so that's why I'm saying that. Other than that, tune down the compression on the drop. And why I say that is because, like, here, I'll give you kind of a tear out track that I made. It's kind of ish. It's kind of like a bro step, kind of layered like yours, but so like this part's kind of like the tear out coming up, and just listen to kind of like the boom and the sub, although it's not as distorted as yours, and the kick and the snare kind of where it sits. But yeah, so but when the sub goes down, it's clipping. That's what I was. Oh yeah. It kind of sounds good though. I know it's clipping in the drop, but it sounds really good. And you're talking about this like little push. I like that section a lot though. It sounds fire. It's a really great switch up from your motif currently, and sounds really good. But yeah, I think overall, really creative track. You did really good. Good stuff, dude. Everyone else, go check out Diamond Steps SoundCloud as well. Broken. Okay, you are still here. And great tune, dude. This supposed to be new ones? Wait. Ripples. Diamond Step. No, okay. All right, perfect. All right. Hi, I'm Ghost Clap with Invect. Am I pronouncing it wrong? Invect. Let's get it. Invect.
Wake up. We've experienced a sudden deviation in trajectory. Hello? Good morning. I regret to inform you, we've been blown off course due to... Sir, I advise you to turn around. We're headed straight towards Cygnus X1. All forthcoming events become strictly theoretical. We've entered the point of no return. It's too late now. You've arrived. Hello, and welcome to the Event Horizon. You've arrived. Hello, and welcome to the Event Horizon. Survival. Unquantifiable. Ready? Okay. Next stop is singularity.
Yeah.
You're still here?
Also, that one shot. We all know that one, sorry. That's good shit, dude.
Not quite sure how, but we're almost there. Ready?
Goodbye.
Yo, this is fire, dude. Definitely send this to me, because I'll definitely play this out. I really don't have much feedback as far as the mix goes. The build-up is extremely loud, but so is the whole track. The noise distortion that you guys have, it's so distorted that you're clipping in the sound, but you're not clipping your master. It's so
You've
interesting.
arrived.
It's so aggressive.
Hello, and welcome to the Event Horizon.
Like, yeah, it's so clean. That's so well done. You guys did really good on that part, especially. I really liked how you guys were able to make such, like, you guys didn't use traditional, like, tear out basses. You used a very, like, noise heavy bass too. Like, it literally just, it's a wall of, like, noise but with the sustain, it works really well. Your clap is thin, but I know it's loud enough. It's just thin. It's supposed to be like that. It sounds really good. Yeah, man, it's just a fire track, honestly. I really don't have much feedback. It's fucking slapping. But it's not out of control, distorted or anything. Going for really, yeah, you killed it. And you made it work really well, which I think is the hard part. I think two things. One, you made a purely atonal noise base work well. Two, it also sounds full enough. Like you have it layered maybe with the width or something where it's still mono-compatible, it's wide, and it still has room for the sustain, which I feel like it's really hard to get with noise. So yeah, like congrats. This is really good. You guys killed it. I don't have much besides like that's a banger. That'll go off live. I'm sure he's already playing at a show since going off live. So definitely send me some shit too. That's fire. And now we have Disrupt Hexcore final version scrap. Tickles the metal feels. Oh hell yeah, it's coming up 5 days. Let's go. That's gonna be hype. Congrats. Yeah, man. Thanks for submitting. I appreciate it as well. Oh, did I not link his? Ah, 1 second. Thank you. Okay. My apologies. Thank you. Thank you for catching that. I would definitely add a sustain about halfway through the drop, just to keep it fresh with the rhythmic. Yeah, just like a really easy sustain to go with. It doesn't have to be something crazy. Ooh. Okay, I know we're going through this currently. You're doing others. You can submit one in Discord real quick. Yeah, you can go in Discord and submit it in the Feedback Friday. The part where the drums pulled out, I feel like if you lowered or changed the tonality of that bass, it just sounded really cool because you're coming back to it here, and the A bar you're keeping the same tone. So like ba 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 boom 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 boom. You know, like it'd be kind of a cool like call and response. Hey, thanks for stopping by, Invict. I'll see you in Discord. Yeah, send me some more stuff as well. Have a good rest of your night. Yeah, man, this is solid. I think just a little bit of variety in the drops. I think you could also bring your intro and break down kick clap maybe down like a dB or two. I also think maybe this is adding too much to your vision, but like maybe just adding like a higher violin staccato or just something. Just something there in the back would be kind of a cool, add a little more ambience to it. Because if you think about it, we're listening to a kick clap for like 30-ish, 25-ish seconds. So like, how can we entertain and make it feel like it's going up before the hex chord vocal comes in, you know? The Spirit, thank you. I appreciate that. Super kind of you. Yeah, love everything else, and I like the little added notes here in the violin section. I'm definitely a sucker for anything orchestral, so love it. Great job. Like I said, just a little more variety in the drop, adding the sustain, and I think you have a really solid track overall. And I would love to hear the update as well. Nice spell. The answer is no, but okay, there we go. Give him a follow. Check out his stuff. Cool stuff. I have no idea what this. Wait, is this actually your? That's so cool. I don't even know what the heck that is, but that's so cool. All right, Blind Spot.
Shotgun in 6-speed, thinking this is how it always could be, and how it should have been. Tell me when it got so hard to be the
That's a vibe. Love the drum beat there. That was really good. That flowed really well.
And you go and fall into a blender. And sometimes I fall too.
You uploaded this 47 minutes ago. How far along are you in this remix? What'd you say?
Tell me when it got so hard for
Mix wise.
us to be the way we are. Can it be the way you used to? 'Cause I'm the one who knew you before you played that part. And you are my blind spot. The only one that I've got. And we could be crashing and I'd let it happen. So baby, I need you to know that you are my blind spot. And we could be crashing and I'd let it happen. So baby, I need you to know that you are my blind
Woo! Fire remix, dude. A few things that I would say is I think you can push your drums a little bit harder, especially your kick and the drop. Um, I think you can push your snare up too as well. Bring up your hat a little bit too.
And it got so hard to be the man you say you are. And I wish I could believe you when you say I see you for more than just your scars. And you are
I don't know if it's thinning out there from you or from the vocal or what, but it gets really thin there when it goes from you, like when it goes up. It's really hard to kind of hear. So maybe you could bring that up with like utility or something, just make it a little more audible because it feels like it falls back all of a sudden. And I feel like it's really critical for like that to hit right there for like really, because that's the landing note, right? Because especially when R is up there in volume, but it feels like the U kind of went down. That's really the only changes I would make to this. It's just like really bring up that U part and kind of just clean that up a little bit, and then yeah, make your drums a little bit louder as well. Let them punch a little bit. And I think other than that, it's a fire remix. Great job. You have a very good stylistic choice of this kind of classic modern day approach to dubstep and future bass, and it works really well for you from what I've noticed. So keep killing it. Let me throw this in the chat. All right, and we have Midnight Wanderer, The Curse unreleased.
And a good evening to you, Miss Helsing. Now I'll show you how real vampires do battle.
Okay.
All is death.
Triplets.
Let him come. Death. fun. I want something bigger. Revel in the massacre.
Heck yeah. I think for the most part, it sounds pretty cool as it is. I would just layer that main growl boom, that thing. I would just add a little bit of tonality layers to it and maybe a little more spatial in the back. Doesn't have to be too loud to support it, but just to really kind of fill out that one hit. Yeah, that's all I really have for that. That was awesome. Like I said, I'm very biased to orchestral stuff, but that was really good. Well executed. The attack and everything on the strings. I like that a lot. That was cool. Last part's just an outro playing with instrumental. Yeah, that's a fire outro. Love that. Also, you might want to thicken your sidechain a little bit because your snare is getting drowned out as well. So maybe just extend it a little bit more overall. But other than that, I think it's really cool. Definitely send me the update with this because it sounds really unique. You had a lot of fun with it, it seems like, as well. Let me also drop you in the chat. Mid 9 okay. Awesome. So that is all of our submissions for tonight. To end the stream, I guess I could show you a remix I'm working on for a homie of mine. Yeah, and I'll just play like the first 2 drops for you guys. But here's something, and I appreciate y'all tuning in. Yeah, please do. Wait. Did you submit? We will leave it at. Wait, who? Who did I miss? Did I miss your? Oh, wait, hold up. All right, let me hit this real quick. Love the intro. It might have got me low key. The high end's a little sharp. Definitely want to watch your basses with that. you could probably bring your sustain down just a dB as well. I like this pluck. Nice.
When I say that, I'm gonna clean up.
Yeah, man. I mean, honestly, everything sounds really good, except the harshness of those one basses and the sustain could come down a little bit. Also, let me hear this thing.
When I say that, I'm gonna clean up.
No, everything sounds fine. That's everything. Everything's in order. Yeah, man. I like the breakdowns a lot, and I really just think those need to change up. I think you can also maybe just change the flow of the second drop instead of just quarter notes, bum 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 ba bum 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 ba bum bum, instead of just a slightly different motif. So it's like A2 and B2 versus the first one. But yeah, I think everything else is pretty fire about this. Honestly. I like the cover art too. Gives me like Ophelia Darkness vibes, low key. Spirit. Yeah, no problem at all. And send me to Discord. I just try. Is it too late? Wait, it wouldn't let you join? Hold up. No, it shouldn't be too late to get access to the Discord. I'll drop it in. There's Discord for you. But I am done with submissions for the night. But yeah, definitely follow up with me on the update of this as well. Okay, all right. Now I'll play this, and then I'll probably be jumping off here.
Hate that I can feel you in my blood. The feeling sinking in, and I feel so numb.
It's just an early whip, by the way.
Cause you said you'd be my life.
There's that. And I'll show you one more because since we did just put out the pack, I'm sure you guys saw the How to Space Laces vocal with Truthless. But we put this together. So I'll run through this and this will be it. I'll jump off. So this one's been done for, well, it's not done, but it's the song's been done. I just have to actually go back and mix and master it. Yeah, one day I'll play Lost Lands, not this year. I wish. Thank you guys. You guys are so kind, really. And this is also where the pack got inspired from. When me and him made the vocals for this track, we figured we'd do it for make a pack for everyone else. So that's kind of what came about it and making that whole like vocal rack and all that. Yes, sir. That's really it. And the outro just kind of the same thing as the breakdown. So appreciate all the kind words on that. All right, well, hey, thanks for everyone tuning in and submitting to my first feedback stream ever. I had a blast. I hope you guys did too and felt like you gained something from it. If you want me to continue to do these in the future, I'll probably put up a poll on YouTube probably tomorrow morning and just get a feedback and see if people want me to continue doing this, and maybe we can make it a bi-weekly thing or something. I think it'd be cool to connect further with my audience in this way. And if you guys have any video ideas, feel free to tell me them. I'm gonna do one on Vulcan's new pack here soon. He dropped a thick pack and it's filled of dubstep sounds, so I think I'm gonna do something on that. But yeah, I just would like to know what you guys want to do in the future. So all right, hope you guys have a great night. Take care. Peace.